If your first hire isn't ruled by stewardship, it's quietly capable of stealing your calling. I once hired someone to save me 2 hours a week and ended up losing my Sunday with family for 6 months. It cost more than money. Welcome to the Kingdom Built Podcast, the show for Christian entrepreneurs building their business God's way. I'm Damon Robbins. Let's get into it. Hey, welcome back. Today we're digging into your first hire. How to bring someone on so your business multiplies ministry instead of multiplying your stress. By the end of this episode, you'll have a faith-first hiring checklist you can use this week. Ready? Let's go. Listen, here's what God says about gifts and service. Each of you should use whatever gift you have received to serve others as faithful stewards of God's grace in its various forms. 1 Peter chapter 4, verse 10. That verse frames hiring as stewardship. It's not a trophy, it's trust. So what does that mean for your business today? It means every hire should increase stewardship capacity, not just headcount. In practice, that reshapes job titles, interview questions, and even payroll decisions. First, name the role as stewardship, not status. Don't write a title to impress people. Write one sentence that says what God has entrusted you to multiply. For example, steward the customer experience so I can pursue vision and teaching opportunities. Short, sacred, directional. Trust me, the tiny language change saves headaches. Action step 1. Write a one-sentence stewardship role for the job you need now. Say it out loud, then type it into your notes. Do it while this episode is fresh. Now, and this is critical, hire for heart first, skill second. You can train systems. You can't easily train a person to love people or to keep covenant with rest and family, right? 2 short scripture-shaped interview questions to use. Tell me about a time you chose what's right over what's easy. What happened? And how do you protect your own rest and family rhythms? And why does that matter to you? These reveal stewardship and boundary posture fast. Quick real example. I hired someone who sounded great on paper, but couldn't say no to late night client requests. We both paid the price, burnout, and strained family rhythms. Contrast that with a heart-first hire who proactively set response hour expectations, and suddenly the team had margin and momentum. Action step 2, schedule a 30-minute interview this week and use those exact questions. Listen for stories, follow-up details, and whether the candidate names concrete rhythms for rest. But here's what most Christian entrepreneurs miss. They treat hiring as a band-aid for busyness instead of a transfer of stewardship. The thing that changes everything is rhythms and guardrails before the first paycheck goes out. Define Sabbath expectations, daily work hours, and compensation guardrails ahead of time. Make one non-negotiable boundary. Maybe no client calls Sundays or no emails after 8 p.m., and put it in the offer letter. That clarity protects your calling and the family's calling. And yes, let's be practical about money. Run a simple 3-month cash flow test. Hire part-time, think 10 to 15 hours per week, for a 90-day trial at a conservative pay rate you can afford. Set a revenue trigger to convert to more hours or full-time. Examples, an extra $2,000 in net monthly revenue attributable to the hire, or a consistent 10% lift in a measurable KPI for 2 consecutive months. Also set a stop loss. If monthly burn increases by more than 10% without progress on the trigger inside 90 days, pause and reassess. That keeps payroll obedient, not reckless. Action step 3, pick one non-negotiable boundary and put the 3-month test numbers beside it. Hours per week, trial pay rate, revenue trigger, and a stop loss percent. Put those 4 items in your offer draft. Let's pull it together simply. 1, craft the role as stewardship. 2, interview for heart with scripture-shaped questions. 3, set rhythms, a clear trial period, and financial triggers before you pay anyone. Do those 3, and you protect your calling while building capacity. Before we close, sit with this question this week. Who is the one role I must free myself from to steward my calling well? Write that down. God will meet you in the answer. Say this with me. I steward what God has given me. I delegate with wisdom, protect my rhythms, and build a team that multiplies his kingdom. Stand on that this week. If this episode blessed you, subscribe so you never miss an episode. Share it with one Christian entrepreneur who needs it, and check the show notes for the Kingdom Built hiring checklist. That checklist includes the one-sentence role template, the interview script I read, and a sample offer with the 3-month test numbers. That's our time for today. Thank you for spending this with me. I don't take that lightly. Now take what you heard and do one obedient thing before the week is done. One step opens the next door. I'm Damon Robbins. This is Kingdom Built. Stay blessed, friends. Go build something that glorifies him.